Welcome to the Chrissy Mayer podcast. We are on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And if you're listening on iTunes right now, please go subscribe and leave a review. It can be creepy, it can be sexy, but I will read it so long as it is 5 stars. I'm reading the best reviews every week, so long as they are 5 stars. I am so thrilled and excited to have this gal on the podcast today. Her Twitter videos have reached over 10 million views. She is a proud patriot, a Goya gal from the Bronx. Tina Forte, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I like that Goya gal.
A Goya gal. The Goya products have been flying off the shelves, apparently.
I know.
That's
what happens.
That's what happens.
That's what happens.
So Tina, this is I love you so much. I love your whole story because you're not you were never, I think, trying to be an entertainer. Most people who have videos that go viral are comedians, or they're actors and actresses, or they're people who've been in radio their entire career. But you had a video that popped. I think your first viral video went off June 10th. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please jump in.
Actually, the first viral one was a little before that because I was put on a group on June 5th. So one of my first viral ones was about the coronavirus and the whole George Floyd thing. I kind of got annoyed with everyone that was speaking about social distancing and masks and everything, and then there was all right, so go take to the street. So I made like a really nasty video that went, and it wasn't a racist video, but they said I was, because I was against what was going on.
Because you were against, I mean, everyone knows Black Lives Matter have been like totally co-opted by the radical left, and all the money that gets donated to Black Lives Matter goes to Democratic presidential candidates. It's a Democratic funding arm.
Exactly.
Anybody who doesn't know that is not paying attention.
But you are right. So it was that one, and then the one June 10th was the one I made about I talk with my hands. So like if I point,
please
I'm not being mean to you. It's just how I talk.
It's sign language. Yeah.
Yeah. Then the one that you're talking about is the one about when I went after Governor Cuomo. That was the one that really went viral. That we fought with Michael Rappaport over it. He shared it. Wouldn't let me in on his comments.
So you made a video and you were critical of our wonderful New York Mayor, Governor Cuomo. And was this when you were talking about like how he basically let like lots of the elderly die in nursing homes and basically still isn't taking credit for it? Like what sort of inspired you to start doing these rants online?
Well, I do rant just for myself. Like I've been ranting for a couple of years. I always rant when I go over the Tappan Zee Bridge. I hate that bridge.
That's your rant bridge.
To the left. I made a video a couple of years ago. I would tilt to the left just like he does now, his new bridge. And just that one went viral because I was real. Like I didn't hold back. I had just left my post-COVID doctor visit.
Have you been quarantining at all?
I'm not quarantining now, but I did when I had it.
We all did at the beginning, and then we were like, enough already.
But I don't have it anymore. Yeah. Thank God. But I have a lot of problems from it that are going to be forever. People don't know that because I don't post that shit. So what happens is people wish me death and they wish the COVID on me. I fucking had it. That's why I'm vocal about it.
Oh, you did have coronavirus.
I had it.
When did you have that?
I had it in March. I turned 50. I'm not embarrassed to say.
My God, you don't look 50.
Thank you.
Where do you put it?
I turned 50 March 7th, and I got sick like March 14th. I tested positive the 19th, and I ended up in the hospital on the 21st of March.
Wow, so you had it early. You had it like
right in the center of when it was like really bad, when people were dying. Like I was in the emergency room because my family called 911, and people were dying that were next to me in the emergency room while they were working on me.
Wow.
So I got pissed off because my doctor, when I tested positive, called me in the hydroxychloroquine and the Z-Pack. And the pharmacy called up and says, we can't give it to you. Governor Cuomo put an executive order banning it. I said, excuse me?
Wow.
And then the next day I ended up in the hospital blood clotting, double pneumonia. I should have been able to take it. So on my way home, I just went on a rant. Like, I was pissed because when I went to the doctor, to be nice, I had on a mask because I didn't want anybody to, it was still early on. When I went into the doctor's office, my oxygen was really low. It sets off my asthma. The doctor says, take that mask off. Don't wear your mask. You don't have to. First of all, you have antibodies.
Yeah.
Second of all, you can't breathe in it. You have an underlying condition. Don't wear the mask. So I fucking went off when I came home. I went off on a rampage. I called him a cunt, a douchebag, a jerk off. Excuse me.
So they told you at the hospital to not wear a mask. This was what, late March, basically?
This was late in March. When I was discharged from the hospital, I had to walk out with the mask on. Because it was the law.
Right.
Not the law, but like, in the hospital, you had to like leave with a mask on, in a wheelchair, all the protocols. When I went to my doctor told me not to wear the mask because it was fucking up my breathing.
Yeah, because people, you inhale a lot of your own CO2. You need oxygen, as everybody knows. And if you keep that mask on like for hours at a time, you're going to have shortness of breath. You're going to have, even if you're perfectly healthy, you're going to have almost COVID-like symptoms.
It's dirty. Do you see how they're made?
I don't know how they're made,
I posted
actually.
a video on how they were made.
Really?
Kids with their feet, they're all over everybody's feet. They're thrown on the fucking floor. And that has to go on my face. That's real sterile, right? That's real fucking sterile.
This is in China, I assume, where they're made?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they have little kids making them. You see them with the sewing machine.
I bet.
And I have no use for Governor Cuomo. If I saw him, I would tell him. If I was able to go to one of his Albany things, so I did march 2 years ago for a Second Amendment rally. I was hoping he was going to come out of the building because I'll tell him how it is to his face.
So you became really pissed at Cuomo because your own doctor was telling you not to wear a mask, and now we have Cuomo echoing like the wacky recommendations of the WHO to just, it's weird. Like cases are going down and down, yet like we have to wear the mask.
The devil just went to Georgia 2 days ago. Guess what? He didn't have the mask on.
Wow.
He didn't have the mask. He didn't wear it. He didn't quarantine when he fucking came home either from Georgia. So he needs to sit the fuck down. That's what I tell him. Sit yourself down, you clown.
And yeah, because you got a lot, I assume you've been getting a lot of blowback from your videos and a lot of people, because you're very vocal, you're a proud MAGA lady. You are, you support your president and your country. And so what kind of, I assume you're getting a ton of trolling and horrible
they doxed
comments.
Me already. They put up my address. They made
they
put my address up on Twitter. And they have me down as Tina Forte, the white supremacist whore. That was the name of the group, Tina Forte, the white supremacist whore. Then they have me on a Bronx BLM page. They're coming after me.
Whoa.
Actually, the page is Bronx BLM. And they were like, here's a video of Tina Forte about her support for President Trump. How's that racist? How is me speaking my mind being a racist or a white supremacist because I won't wear your mask and I don't like the governor and because I'm a conservative. I wouldn't even say because I don't like half the rhinos that are in office either. Right. I'm just very patriotic.
Right.
I love my country. I believe in the Constitution. I don't like what's going on, and I'm vocal about it.
And it's really sad that those attributes and like positive qualities are being confused for something negative. And I think it's the kind of the powers that be are kind of intentionally mixing up pride and being a white supremacist. I think it's crazy. I think it's, I think what I love about you is that you are so vocal and you're so passionate and you speak for so many people that can't speak out.
I didn't realize that.
I
didn't realize that.
You didn't. So when these videos were first going vocal, you're like, I didn't
even know about my 10 million views. So you just told me, like, I don't look at stuff like that. Yeah. I can barely answer everybody back. I just rant and I leave it there. And sometimes I'll go and I'll check the page and I leave the nasty comments there. You can curse me out. You can tell me who calls me Void Rage Tina, who calls me all different names. Everybody, because I work out right away, it's roid rage and everything. I have a red chest, so they make fun of my chest. Jesus Anero did a whole bit on me. Call me. When Michael Rappaport did the bit on me, call me. I'll tell you about yourself.
So what happened with Michael Rappaport?
he shared the video. He didn't like that I called his governor a fucking douchebag, a scumbag. Those were my like words. I remember it very well. And he went on a whole rant about me. So when I saw the 6,000 comments, people were texting me like, Tina, go on Michael Rappaport's page. You're on his page. I was like, that douchebag has me on his page? I go, for what? They're ragging on you. So I go to make a comment, and I was banned from commenting. So I DM'd him.
Wow.
I says, open up your comments, bitch. Just like that to him. He goes, you want to comment, you have to follow me. So I clicked the follow button. I told everybody, my name is Tina Forte. This is my video. If you want me, come to my page. And then I put Michael Rappaport is my bitch in hashtags.
You should sell that on a t-shirt. I would definitely buy that.
And then I made a video about him the next day, and he took the video that I sent him on the story.
Mm-hmm.
And he did 911, call 911. There's an animal loose in the Bronx. Put her in the Bronx Zoo. He called it a dating app for dating lunatics. He did he did 2 podcasts without calling me on. Him and his friend Brian, I forget his name. He made a video of me too, his butt buddy. What's Brian butt buddy? What's his name? That's what I call him. It's Brian, if I can look on my phone really quick.
Yeah.
Brian Monarch. Brian Monarch, his butt buddy. He needed help. They needed to team up on me. So then my friend Terry McNeely, he made a video with me.
Good.
So we were going back. So it was me and Terry versus Mike and Brian. And we were going back and forth. And I don't know, he just never called me on. Jesus, and they're like, call me on.
Wow.
I don't care. You can rag on me. I'll rag on you back.
Good for you. Yeah, I love that you stand up for yourself and your beliefs, because there's so many people that really are afraid of getting fired from their jobs, from having an opinion that's anything less than the liberal mob.
They tried that on me.
Yeah. And you were telling me earlier that somebody actually made an attempt to get you fired. What they did was they found out that you worked out at a specific gym because you had just been checking in many times over a couple of years, right? So they thought that you had worked at this gym, and they contacted the gym and tried to get them to fire you. They assumed you worked there. And so how did you find out about this? Did you speak to the gym about it? They must have told you, right?
Yeah, my trainer called me up and was like, Tina, you believe I got motherfuckers calling here saying you have Tina Forte working for you. We demanded to be fired. She's a racist. She's on exposing racism in America, exposing racism in Jersey. We demand you fire her. First of all, I don't work there. I work out there. I run Spartan races. That's why I train all the time. And I've been training there for 10 years. So I'm there all the time. I guess they see that I'm muscular and shit, so they assumed that I work. I don't work there. So they try to first have me fired. Then when he says that she doesn't work here and I only hire Trump supporters, go fuck yourself. They says, well, then we don't want her working out in your gym.
Wow.
So he was like, I think I paid the bills myself, so you can go fuck yourself too on that one. And
yeah, like he's going to turn away.
He says, Tina, I got people calling you to fire you.
Oh my God. Like, and they're still calling. So they're still reaching out to this gym.
They email him, they call him. Yeah.
How's your relationship with the gym owner? I guess pretty good probably after this.
Good. It's good. He's a big Trump supporter. He's a Marine. Wow. So it doesn't bother him at all. We laugh about it, actually.
It's good. It's good that people are learning like, hey, you actually just can't cancel somebody and get them fired just because you don't like what they're putting out there.
What I say. And I'm very blunt.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I went after Nancy Pelosi today on a video that blew up today.
Good.
It's still going around. I blew up on her today, and I don't realize how many people that I really like. This is what's the word I'm looking for?
It's like surreal. It probably feels really surreal because
I can't believe it. Like everyone's like, Tina, you say exactly what we want to say, but we can't say it. And I try to explain to people, you don't have to say it like me. You don't have to curse the way I do. That's the way
you do curse a lot.
Think I'm an angry person. I'm so fun and happy-go-lucky. My passion comes out that way. I'm a very passionate person, so I come across so angry, but I'm not. You're just fired up. Are you Italian perchance? I'm Italian.
Yeah, that's what people have to learn. That it took me a while because my boyfriend's family is Italian, and at first I was like, everybody's yelling, and then I realized no, that they're just Italian. This is how you express yourselves. You're very passionate. a lot of
And I
arms.
tell people, you know what? Because I've been to a few meetings. I had to go to a couple of meetings. A few people wanted to meet me in person where I
Really?
live. And yeah, and
Like
they
a
gave
meet
me
and
a
greet,
bottle
like
of,
a we love you, we want to meet you.
yeah, like they gave me a bottle of wine, a bottle of Trump wine with my initials on it, TF.
Wow.
It was so nice. And I went up to speak for a few minutes, and I was telling everyone, you don't have to verbally speak the way I do with the cursing, but I think it's time everybody needs to stand up. I think a lot of what's going on is because people aren't standing the fuck up. You need
Yeah.
to stand up. You need to open your mouth. We're getting shit all over because we're being quiet.
Right. And why people love you is because you're not careful about what you say. You say exactly what's on your mind. And I think that's what we've all felt like we've been trained to do for years now, is be really careful about what we say, be very polite, not hurt anybody's feelings, not say anything that's not politically correct, and you throw
You
all of
don't get
that
that with me.
out the window. And it must feel like very freeing. Although you to me don't seem like ever a person who
No, I was
probably
never one
was.
to bite my tongue,
Yeah.
ever, ever.
Yeah. How does it make you feel to see? I'm sure you probably get way more positive. Do you think you get more
Oh no,
positive than negative
I do get a
comments?
lot of positive. I really do. I won't like I said, I'll leave the negative comments sitting there. People tweet at me. They have me in parodies next to them. Few people will make videos of me. I scroll, I laugh at them, and I keep scrolling. Like, yeah, people that'll tweet, and they'll be like, "We want Tina Forte removed from Twitter." Why are you watching me then? Unfriend me. Were you
Yeah.
obsessed? You got a
Move
girl
on.
crush? What's up?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I want to say, but I don't. So I don't want to give them the attention or tweet them back. So I
Good for
think
you.
sometimes that's when they report you and shit. So I just leave them sitting there.
That is what they want.
And
And
I
they,
show them that they
yeah.
don't affect me. Even now, if they're listening, you don't affect me. Keep it moving. You don't. You either have a girl crush on me or you're obsessed with me. Or men are just mortified that I have bigger muscles than them.
I think it's amazing. It's like it's really, really admirable because most people care very much. I mean, myself included. I'm working on it. You know, I'm less than I used to be, but very much care what people think. And where do you think you get that from? Have you always been that way? Do you think it was
I
how
was
you were
always that way.
raised, or
No, I've always been that way. I was that way I grew up in a small area. I was like really the only Italian on the block. So I was the one, the Italians got picked on back in the 70s.
and you grew up in the Bronx?
Yes. So I got picked on when I was younger by all the people that lived on the block. And I was always very aggressive. Like I would come out, tell everybody where to go. I got that, I guess, from my mom. My dad's a Marine. So
Wow.
I'm just very outspoken, much different than my brother and sister. We're night and day.
Are
I'm
you
the
the oldest?
youngest,
Oh, you're the
but I'm the
youngest.
youngest, and I'm the loud one.
That's the same with me. I'm the youngest of three, and I'm the loud one too. I'm the one like who's, you know, like never shutting up, and I was always picking fights with like my dad usually, and like talking back to him, and which to like my family was like, oh, she's sassy, she's misbehaving, but really I was just like, oh no, he's a dick. Everybody knows it. We're just not talking about it. So it's kind of interesting when that's like typically like a youngest born quality. And I think it probably also doesn't hurt that you are in amazing shape. And if
Yeah.
people, I'm sure, like if are you getting recognized a lot?
Yeah, I am. I go out, people take selfies with me. I'm like not used to that. They're like, oh my God,
Wow.
you're the girl Tina. Can I get a picture of you? And they like get a selfie. And I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. I can have a baseball cap on. I can be sweaty from working out. I don't care what I look like. I'm not like that. Like say half my videos, I don't know if you've ever really seen them. Some of them I
Yeah.
have a
Oh, I've
baseball
watched them.
cap on. My
Yeah.
hair is like this behind my ear. I just had highlights put in today. It's the only reason why my hair is done.
It looks great.
Probably have a baseball cap
I'm
on.
so jealous. I haven't had my hair cut or done at all since like beginning of March. So it's like my real roots. Everybody's learning the truth about me, not a real redhead. So no,
My
good for
daughter's a
you.
natural redhead. I love the red hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Um, I think it probably does. It probably helps also that you're in really great shape. So I think if there were any haters, that would I feel like that might keep them from,
Coming out like attacking me. But
talking
when I go
shit to
out
you in person.
shopping, because when I go out shopping, I have my hats lined up behind me. I always have on. I work out. I wear Trump tank tops. I wear my hats. And what I did learn now is the way we're living. Is I used to walk around with my phone in my hands. Well, now my phone stays in my pocketbook just in case somebody attacks me, because you never know. So
Oh,
I am always ready with my hands.
Keep your
God
hands
forbid
free.
that happens. I
Yeah.
don't want to have my phone in my hands. I'm not the type, I'm not going to sit there and if I ever see somebody being attacked, I'm the last one that's going to take my phone and be, oh, I'm going to record this and put this on the internet. No, I'm going to help the person that's being attacked. That's just the way I am.
Yeah, I think that trend is like truly so disgusting that you would
That's
see somebody
disgusting.
getting their ass kicked and you would just be like, oh, I'm going to videotape this
I
and
made
try
a
to get a
video
couple
about that
likes.
too. I ranted about that.
As you should. Yeah, it's like, it's really gross. It's like it's just like you should
How do
be
you
helping
sit
the
there and
person.
watch somebody getting their head kicked over and over again with your phone in your hands? How does that, how does that, the humanness not come
How do you
out
not
of you?
have any like conscience? And it's like, if I get it, if maybe you don't feel like you would do well in a fight, like at least try to call the cops, try to get somebody there to help. Yeah. And you did a video about, you were upset about like people that are trying to defund the police, which I think is so crazy because it's like, what do you think society is going to look like when there's...
Especially in New York where I am. You have Mayor de Blasio, Dick Blasio, that's what I call him, Mayor Dick Blasio, with his 27 officers guarding the Black Lives Matter mural while other kids are getting shot and killed. Are you fucking kidding me? You want to take the anti-crime units off the streets, but we have to protect your fucking mural.
Yeah, there's, like you said, there's 26, 27 officers guarding this mural, but it actually has opened up a can of worms because as soon as they painted that mural, I think, what was it, on Fifth Avenue? It's kind of like you're giving the green light to anybody else who wants to paint any kind of mural that they want on the streets.
That's what I want to do. I'm trying to get people together in my community to, if we have to do it the right way. I know Mayor de Blasio isn't going to go for it and douchebag Cuomo isn't going to go for it, but let's go to the city hall and let's put in a petition so we can put MAGA 2020 maybe next to it. Maybe if they, like in California, you put that, I bet you the whole mural gets taken down. That's the last thing. They don't want to see President Trump's name anywhere. They hate him with a passion. All these celebrities, these lowlifes, they all loved him, all these lowlife celebrities. Now they can't stand him. Why? Because they're all going to be exposed soon for what they are.
Yeah. And they really shot themselves in the foot with like allowing that mural, because then it's like, I think they could have a lawsuit on their hands if they wouldn't allow other types of murals too. Yeah. So I hope that people just like go crazy with the murals and say whatever they want. It's interesting that you say like, the celebrities are about to be exposed for being low lives, because I totally agree with you. Like I pointed out to Chrissy Teigen, like, hey, you deleted 30,000 tweets, and then she retweeted me, and it kind of like, I don't want to say that I'm responsible for her public meltdown, but I feel like I may have been the catalyst for it.
Yay!
Yay! I was just saying, this is pretty skeptical. Like, let's all take notice of this. But then, because it's like, if she herself is not involved in all that like pedo stuff, she definitely knows people who are and has seen some stuff. It's like, you don't get to that level of fame without being on the inside of all that. So it'll be interesting to see. And there's such a correlation between the celebrities that hate Trump and
they hate him with a passion.
Yeah, and it's like, why? It's like,
I've never seen somebody be hated so much.
We've never had that in any other presidency. Like, even the people that were like not big fans of Obama, they did not come out against him like the way these celebrities do for Trump. Now,
I didn't like what he did. I didn't like what he stood for. I didn't like any of his policies. You didn't see any of this shit going on. No one ever went after him like that. Yeah, but the media's in everybody's pocket, and they allow it. So I'm glad that I am. When I make my rants, I didn't expect them to go viral, but I'm happy that they did, because I'm glad that I can be a voice of people, because I do get a lot of that, like, Tina, you say what I feel, you say what I feel. Yeah. So I like that. Like, it makes me feel good. I'm not going to stop either. Keep doxing me, keep calling, call me names. I don't give a shit.
I mean, people definitely should not be doxing you. I feel like that is something that could get the law involved for sure, because that's not cool. But I've experienced like some degree of that as well, just because when you're a public figure and people disagree with you, it's like, but those people ultimately don't win because they are kind of miserable inside.
Yeah, and they're cowards. They're cowards for doing that.
They would never say something to your face. It's like these people, they just feel brave behind a screen.
Exactly.
And I love that you train for Spartan races because I did like two a couple years ago, and it's like they're really not easy. You have to like run through mud. You have to like, you
I
can't have
love them.
nails. Any kind of
Oh, I don't have
manicure.
nails.
Yeah,
Never had them.
the
Nope.
idea of
I
having
don't
good
have.
nails is just gone
No,
because
I
you're
don't have nails. I
climbing
don't
up
have any nails.
walls like a
I don't
raccoon.
take care of them.
When did
They're
you
great.
start? What made you want to start getting into Spartan races?
Um, okay, I moved up here in 2004, about 20 minutes from the Bronx, and I was like depressed. Even though I'm still 20 minutes away, I was still like I didn't feel like I was in the Bronx, even though I'm like
Oh,
super close to the Bronx,
mhm.
So I when I moved up here, I gained a few pounds, wasn't happy with myself. I joined boot camp, and a friend of mine says, let's try one of those Spartan races. And in 2012, I did my first Spartan race in Tuxedo. I've been running them ever since, and now I do
And that's in New York, right? Like
seven,
upstate.
8 a year. Carry
You,
wounded warriors on the court. Yeah, I
you
travel.
do
I've done
7 to 8 of
I
the. Oh my
I do the
God,
trifectas. I
Tina.
do the 15-mile ones. I do Killington in Vermont. I've traveled to Florida. I do the honor series. I go to Pennsylvania, travel all over. I carry on in West Point. It's
Wow.
canceled this year, unfortunately, because Cuomo won't open
Right.
anything up. But I carry a vet on the course. He would have been 95 this year. So last year was 94. We hold him up like on a what they bring a saint in on,
Okay.
and he sits on the top, and we all like are underneath it on with the wood planks, and we carry him on the entire course and at every obstacle. We place him
Wow.
down, and we all do the obstacle, and we pick him back up, and we lift, and they say half and high, and we have him like this, and we have him like this,
Wow.
and it's a great feeling. And then I help Oscar Mike and under Wounded Warriors. We help them on the course at the honor series. Those are the ones that that you get a special medal for the military,
Mhm.
and they're all wounded, and you help them with obstacles. Who you have on your shoulder, you carry them through everything. I love it.
And they
I
must love
love
it
it.
too. I mean, you can definitely, when you're part of something like that, you can feel the love and you can feel the support. And it's like such a bonding experience, I'm
Yeah.
sure. That's what blows my mind, that people could say anything negative about you because, like, look at all the good you're doing. Like, look how much you genuinely care for people.
They don't look at that.
Yeah.
They don't look at that. They don't like what I believe in. So I'm no good. I'm just no good. They'll from head to toe, whatever thing they can say. And they try to shut me down plenty of times. I don't stop. Like
Yeah.
people are actually on Twitter adding Twitter. They actually say
Mm-hmm.
at Twitter, shut Tina Forte down. Her page is dangerous. How am I dangerous for speaking my mind? I've never threatened anyone, nor would I. I'm not that type of person. I'll
No.
just say what's wrong about you
Just call them a douchebag.
and call
That's
them a
the worst
cunt.
you'll
And
do.
that's what I say. Those are my words. Cunt, douchebag, scumbag.
Which you're not the worst. That blows my mind. It sucks so much that these people have like got, actually a lot of them do get their way, and they do get, like, I posted a video on Instagram. It was just like we sang Kung Flu Fighting a couple months back, and a month later it was taken down it took a month, but they finally got it down for hate speech, which blows my mind because first of all, that's a song that's been around since the 70s. It was not hate speech, but it's really concerning to see that if enough people complain and enough people call it hate speech, that like Twitter or Instagram will actually
Yeah.
cave to this.
And what I don't like to do is, there are certain people I feel I should block only because they're constantly moaning about my videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that they're the ones reporting it. And then at the same time, my pride won't let me block them because I don't shy away from anything. So if it gets taken down, I'll make a new one. I'll put it up. If I have to make a new account, I'll make a new account. I just can't block them because I feel like I'm
Do you
like,
feel like they're winning or something?
yeah, I won't block them. You want to follow me, follow me.
I definitely know that feeling, but Tina, like if you, I block, I try not, I feel the same way because it's like, it should all be out in the open. People, if they don't like me, that's fine. Like, I think you should just go on with your life. Like, I'm not going to delete every single negative comment that I see, but like, I think when you do have someone who's incessantly harassing you and is just like, kind of, a few times a week making your day worse, I think it really is okay to block like certain people who just are relentless and just out of control.
They're relentless. And
Yeah.
I just can't hit that block button. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Something
good
in
for
me just
you.
can't do it.
Because it's you feel like, oh, they'll win, or I mean, of course they could
Yeah, I
always
feel
start a
like,
new
and then they'll
account.
make a post. Oh, I got to Tina. She blocked me. I'm not giving
Yeah,
anybody that leverage over me. I'm
you
just
don't
not
want
that type of person.
them to have the satisfaction. I totally get it.
Exactly.
You don't want to be
Because you
like
know what?
Chrissy
They're gonna make a
Teigen.
fake page and they're gonna refollow me.
Oh
So I
yeah,
might as well just. That's what they do. Then they make fake pages. You know how many pages come at me? No picture, no
right. It's just an
posts.
egg.
They're not following anybody but me. They got
Right.
one follower. It's me. And they curse at me and they threaten me. And you better have family in the NYPD because we're coming for you, bitch.
Wow.
Yeah, like stupid shit like that. It's ridiculous.
Have you ever read something that did concern you, that did make you a little nervous?
When my address went up online, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I
Yeah.
have grandchildren, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
it's
they
horrible.
come to my house. And then I think about it, I go, really, what are they gonna do? They're gonna come, I have cameras everywhere. What are they gonna do? My dogs are gonna start. I got a Rottweiler and a pit bull. I let the
Wow.
dogs out of the house and I'll come out afterwards. What are you gonna do? Like, Sid, what are they gonna do?
Exactly.
I understand, like, they like to wreck your cars and shit like that. And, you do have a risk of being jumped or attacked. But are they really going to go that far? I don't know yet. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
good that you're not.
everything's a risk.
Everything is a risk. It's true. It's like, and if you were to be really careful and block, even if you were to tone it down, not like, I don't think you're able to, nor
Not gonna
should you.
tone it
But
down.
even if you were to tone it down, I don't think that the harassment would stop because
No,
people
well,
just
they
have
already
no
don't like
lives.
me.
Yeah, they would
They just
rather
don't like me.
tear somebody else down than to try to bring themselves up. Like, it's just easier.
Exactly.
It's just so let's go back to that first video. When did you know it went viral? How did you first find out?
Well, I had friends calling me, telling me that I was on racist pages, and they're kind of like a little
Uh-oh.
wary about
Mm-hmm.
some friends that see me like, well, how do you know I'm on a racist page? Like, you know what? And I can call them out. There's a few people in my circle of friends that only call me for the bad stuff, and I started realizing that they'll only call me like, yo,
I get excited on the bad stuff.
You're on Hood site. You're on the Hood site. They got your video on Hood site, or they got you on, Jesus. They'll never call me and tell me, oh, this one shared you, and they had something. It's always the negative ones that certain people that I'm friendly with still are friendly with, but I tell them how I feel. And I get annoyed with that because I think that they're kind of like, they like it. That's the feeling I get.
They like the drama. They like the
there's negative. It's like, deep down, you don't like me either, but you don't have the balls to say it to me. So you're going to call me up and you're going to tell me you're on Hood side and you're on here because you're liking it.
Right. It's like the gossiping. It's like, and I'm from Long Island. So it's like, these are all, it sounds like all the people I grew up with too. Yeah. And I think deep down, even if they don't agree with you, I think they're so jealous that you're just so unapologetic and you say it like it is and you're not at all holding back, and even when there are negative comments and
a lot of negative. The one that they put on Hood site, I had sunburn, so my chest was all red. Plus, I had the COVID problem, so it was right after that. So I got super sunburned, and I had on a red tank top and a red hat. And people like to rag on me about my hat and shit. And I just said, I'll go wherever I want, whenever I want, and wear whatever I want. And that one was put on Hood site. Everyone was making fun. The Tina trash with the rash. They said my chest had, like, that's supposed to make me shut up. Like,
that's kind of lame.
Get a life.
There's really, there's not very much to make fun of with you because like you're pretty and you're in good shape. So it's like, what are they left with?
They pick something out. I got a vein that pops out of my neck when I yell. That's just how I am. They try to make fun of that.
Yeah, that's most people. Yeah.
Yeah, I laugh at that. It's like they think they're bothering me. I laugh at them. And that video, Steven Crowder wrote about me. I didn't even know.
Wow.
A friend of mine was like, Tina, and I didn't, what a shame. I don't have Facebook Messenger. Okay. I just don't like it because of all the dick pics and everything, all the other
You've gotten dick pics?
Come in there.
Wait, you've gotten them?
Yeah. So you get the dick pics.
From what, just like randomly or friends?
Randomly. I'm like, seriously, put your shit away. I don't want to see that. So people that you don't even know, like it's not even it's a friend of mine. They're just random. They just send you their dick online. So
it's the miracle of
I
the
don't
internet.
have Messenger. I don't like the chains. I don't like to click on links because I know they're viruses. So I don't download my messages. So when somebody will go on my page and they'll be like on one of my comments, Tina, I just left you an inbox. I'll download it quick. I'll go see what they want. If it's a friend of mine, I'll say, here's my cell number. If you want me, call me. And I'll close it down. And I saw after, and that's what I felt bad that I didn't have Facebook Messenger. Because when I got the article, somebody sent it to me. A week later, I went on to Messenger, and Steven Crowder reached out to me for more information about who I was.
Wow.
And he wrote the article without knowing, so he based it off everything he saw on my Facebook page.
Okay. So that made you feel like, oh damn, I missed it.
Yeah,
Like it would have been awesome to talk to him.
Yeah,
did you ever end up following up with him?
That was a positive thing. I think I did send him a message, but I don't have the messenger. But I'm gonna reach out to him again.
People love you. So I've heard just among comedians, so many people have talked about like really wanting to get you on their shows. So it's not too late. Like if you know what I mean? Like you could write to Crowder's like regular email. I mean, I could give you a list of people that would be so thrilled to have you on their show.
You have my numbers and you could call me too and tell me. I don't mind.
Okay, cool. I'll just help you out. I'll be like a little booking agent for you.
And if you know anybody that wants to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me for them.
For sure. Okay, good.
Definitely.
I'm in the trust circle. I'm excited. I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm just amazed. Like your videos, I think one of them was like just Twitter alone. I think your highest video has 2.1 million. That might be your biggest one. 513,000 views. They're all like in the hundreds of thousands of views. And it's interesting that you didn't know until like your sort of frenemies told you.
Yes. Frenemies, exactly. And I didn't even put the one that I put on. I put one on Instagram today. I didn't even put it on Twitter today, the one about Nancy Pelosi. Wait till I post that one. Because I try not to like do more than one a day. There are days I do rant twice. There was one day that I did put 2 rants up at once. It was the day I was coming home from the
2 rant day,
on that day. And the one about Nancy Pelosi, I did not put on Twitter yet, but I'm sure once it goes up, no one's gonna like it.
What do you not like about Nancy Pelosi?
Everything. She calls. She's the virus. She's
been in Congress.
She's the virus.
Way too long.
She runs Congress, right? She's the Speaker of the House. She does nothing to help Americans. Nothing. She'd rather see us with nothing than to give President Trump or any of us anything that we are entitled to. Even now, she wants to say Trump's the virus. When he tries to pass things, she doesn't allow it to happen.
Yeah.
Her face annoys me.
Her face is very annoying.
Ever
since she did that like little stupid clap, like the little like
tearing
sarcastic
up the speech
clap.
was totally.
Oh my god.
That was totally. She was ripping it while like she prepared.
How
that.
dramatic to rip up a speech.
That was such bullshit to do that.
Yeah.
She was tearing it while she was sitting there. That was all planned.
Oh my god. What a loser.
I think she's useless. She's a useless cunt. She should look at her own district and see all the tents that are in her backyard before she opens up her mouth for everyone else with the illegal immigrants and everything else that she wants to fund and not worry about Americans first. Meanwhile, she has a gate around her fucking house. And there's all 10 cities in her district.
Yeah.
So she needs to check herself.
Did you see her appearance on, I don't know if it was Fallon or Kimmel, but she was like talking about how much she loves ice cream, and she had her 2 fridges in the background, each of them.
While everybody was starving.
Yeah.
Everyone's starving. No one can get toilet paper.
Everybody lost their jobs.
No one can get eggs and everything, but yet she had her whole refrigerator full of ice cream.
Yeah, she had these 2 like $12,000 fridges behind her.
About it. Look at my ice cream. Yeah. I'm set for this quarantine.
She's so out of touch that she doesn't know, like, hey, maybe I should position my camera so that only one of my fridges is showing. It's like that, but it's like you're so in a bubble and you're so out of touch with real people for so long. It doesn't even, you have no idea how bad you look.
Yeah, she does. And I have to give it to them. They all stick together.
Yeah.
The Democrats, the liberals, the left, they stick together. But the Republicans, they need a spine.
They need to step it up. I think they haven't been doing a good job.
They need a Tina. They need a fucking Tina to push them because they need to speak up and start stepping up.
Would you ever get involved with politics, Tina?
Honestly, I would love to because I am very smart. People don't think that because I curse a lot, but I am very smart. But I wouldn't be able to because I'm too much of a, I would tell you about yourself and that wouldn't work very well. Like I can't be a phony. Like I won't walk in and say, good morning. I'd be like, oh, go fuck yourself.
You just like kick a desk over.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to sit there. My debates wouldn't work well because I'd be calling everybody names.
You're
In the
carrying a
middle of
sandbag
speaking,
on your shoulder. Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it. When did you start becoming a Trump fan? When did he start,
Well, I
becoming
always
somebody
liked
that
Trump. Even
always, okay.
before I liked him. I like the way he speaks. I like his bluntness. I like when he when Megyn Kelly had him on when they were doing the debates and she was like, oh, you attack women. And he was like, no, only Rosie O'Donnell. Like that didn't offend me. Like, I don't understand, if you're a real woman to me, you shouldn't be offended by everything. And the men that get offended, they're the worst. They're pussies. They're like the worst of the worst. Like, give me a fucking break with your pink hat. The vaginas that walk around with the pink hats and the marches. Everything is, they're offended by that shit doesn't offend me.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's like, because being offended gives you power and you don't have to be an authority on anything. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to be educated. But if you are offended by something or someone, for some reason, the society we live in has rewarded that with power and the ability to,
everybody gets a participation trophy now. There's no more first place, second place anymore. Everybody gets a participation trophy. That's why the kids in the street right now, the Antifa, they're young. This is the generation that all got the participation trophies and that got away with everything. These are the ones that didn't get the smack in the ass when they did something wrong.
They're all like in their early 20s, and it doesn't make it better because we're all, the kids don't have school. They don't have their jobs to go to. It's like, there's literally nothing else to focus on other than looting a store. And you also had one of your rants was about, all right, your MAGA hat video, freedom of speech. And also you did a rant about Planned Parenthood, which is interesting because I think that's something that Black Lives Matter is completely ignoring because they're
all the millions of Black babies that are murdered from Planned Parenthood because they wanted to, defund the police. So I says, okay, let's defund welfare. You want to abolish ICE? Let's abolish your abortions. You want to go tit for tat? I'll give you tit for tat. I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
People don't say that. They're afraid to say it. I know people that have said it, and then they get a little email saying that they might lose their job because of it. Wow. I know someone personally who might lose their job after 26 years for saying defund welfare. What's wrong with saying that? You want to defund the police. I can't tell you to defund welfare. I can tell you to get up off your lazy ass and go to work. If people need it as a stepping stone to better themselves, I'm all for it. But to live off of it,
it should be temporary.
Life,
yeah, right. I was on it.
Stone.
I was on unemployment once for maybe at max like a summer when I was like right out of college and I had been like fired from a couple jobs, and it's like, but it was no more than like a few months. So
yeah, like if you need it and you need it for a while, even welfare, if you need it, things happen in people's lives. You lose a spouse, you're on food stamps, whatever the case may be, you're trying to get your life together. Use it as a stepping stone.
Not as a crutch. Yeah.
Don't use it and be on it for the rest of your fucking life and do nothing and then complain.
It's pretty gross. Like, I don't understand, like, how an able-bodied person can, like, have respect for themselves if they're just gaming the system and, just trying to, like, suck off the government. I don't understand how you can have respect for yourself when that's how you're living, but I guess people are okay with it. Tina, what would it take for you to not vote for Trump in this upcoming election?
Nothing. Nothing. I do not want a Democrat or a liberal or any one of them running this country. If Trump doesn't get into office, we are fucked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm cursing so much. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse
away. Curse away. This This is all good. Usually I'm the one who curses more than my guest, so it's nice to have it be the opposite. So Trump can do no wrong. He's your dude. What if somebody said that there was a dollar amount that they would pay you that you could sell your vote? Like if there was an amount of money.
It's not happening. I will never sell out my country. Because that to me wouldn't be selling a vote. It would be selling out my patriots, my Americans. I wouldn't sell my country for nothing. Nothing. I actually had people coming at me today saying, oh, how do you feel now? Your commander-in-chief is saying you should wear the mask. Listen, I don't not wear the mask because he says not to. I just don't believe in them. I think they're filthy. I know that they don't work. You read the label on the box, moron. You can see that they don't help.
On the
box,
has
nothing to do. Like people coming at me say, oh, what are you going to do now? All your rant about. It had nothing to do with him. Had nothing to do with him. I don't like the mask.
Yeah,
it's plain and simple.
And it's no one can take away your own personal experience.
Right.
You had COVID.
I'm a free thinker. Yeah. I'm not anti-mask because of Trump. I'm anti-mask because I don't fucking believe in the thing.
Yeah, it's a piece of cloth, and it's like I'm sure there's some people that have had the same mask for the last 4 months. You know, just like over and over.
And now you can't have food. You can't have a beer without ordering food. So you can walk into a restaurant, but when you get up to use the bathroom, you have to put the mask on. Then you can take it back off when you sit at the table. It's all about control.
It really is.
Day one, it's not a conspiracy theory. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But if you really sat down and thought about where they apply it and stuff, you can see it's just a control thing.
Absolutely. Like I was at an outdoor pool and they were like, well, you have to wear a mask. All of it's outdoors. You have to wear a mask walking into the pool. But as soon as you like sit down, people were taking their masks off the second they walked through the gate. I was like, what is it about this particular gate that you're more likely to get it? It made zero sense. And people were like, but also I saw people in the pool wearing their masks. They're wringing it out into the pool, putting it back on.
That would drive me crazy. That would drive me crazy. There's one time that I brought a mask with me. So I had my granddaughter with me and she wanted a toy. And when I'm with, a small child,
of course,
I don't want to risk fighting with people because I have a temper. I'm going to fight back.
And you're protecting her.
Yeah. So, exactly. So my mask wasn't a regular mask. It was like a tube that you wear on your neck.
Oh,
pull it up.
Yeah, okay, I've seen those.
When you pull it up, it said Trump 2020. That's the only time I ever brought something with me. And I left it around my neck the whole time. And I never pulled it up. I never had to. No one bothered me. One person came up to me and goes, you're very brave. I go, why am I brave? He says, look at all your tattoos. I'm thinking they're saying about I didn't have a mask on. I go, why? What's up with my tattoos? Oh, you have an American flag. And I go, since when is that having an American flag tattooed on me being brave? So at first I thought it was a compliment. And then I was like, wait.
Isn't that funny how having a tattoo of your own country that you're from, that you live in?
Marine badge.
Yeah.
Have his tags, American flag, warrior. Have a lot of tattoos. I have to be brave. So now that's considered being brave because I have an American flag tattooed on me.
But it is considered brave, right? Because people associate the flag, I guess someone who's proud of the flag as like some kind of controversial, problematic.
Yeah. And I don't like people that kneel.
No, I think it's gross. Yeah.
I will not, sports will not be watched in my house.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I think it's turning off a lot of people because to me, it seems like the kneeling is not about equality. It's about like dominance. And it's like, why do we need to have that? Like, why do we need to have that?
You know what I
element?
liked yesterday? I'm not going to lie. I liked when President Trump actually says wearing the mask is very patriotic. And when he said that, I laughed because I says, oh, that was a good one because people don't like him. So now because he said the mask is patriotic, they might not want to wear the mask now because he said it's patriotic because that's the type of people we're dealing with.
Right. And you wonder if it's like a 3D chess move where if he's like suddenly on board with the mask, then people are going to be like, oh, well, it's do whatever the opposite of Trump says, which so many people live their life like that.
And I have people actually like on my rant today about Nancy Pelosi, like, oh, about your mask. I was like, I wouldn't wear it no matter who supported it and who didn't support it. That's my decision.
Yeah. Do you wear it like if you have to pop into a store to get groceries?
No, they don't bother me.
You don't? Oh,
I have, and first of all, I have antibodies.
Okay.
So I have my test in my pocketbook at all times. I get dirty looks in the store. I did have a woman chase me. She looked like she had bloomers on her face.
Oh my God.
Literally, she had purple, she had lavender. She looked like she took bloomers from her drawer out.
Like just
she
her
came
own
up to
underpants
me.
and wearing
I was
them.
in CVS. She came right up to me with her finger in my face. She's like, "You don't have a mask on." I go, "You're in my 6-foot box. Back it up, lady." I says, "You have a problem with it? Go get the mask, police." She went and got the manager on me.
Mask, police.
I said,
she got the manager
I
on
don't
you?
wear a mask. I have antibodies. I have asthma. He goes, "It's okay. Go check out."
Good for you. And so you keep your test with you and you say, look, like, here's my doctor's note.
I tell them, you don't want to go there with me. Like, it's with the arrows. You're not going to tell me when I get to the end of the aisle, I got to fucking turn around because I didn't follow your arrows.
The arrows are so infuriating. Like, it's like, we're all adults. Like, we know how to walk down an aisle. It's like, you don't need to tell us the direction to go in. Cause it's like, what if you forget something? It's like, you're not going to, if you're following the aisles in a store, you're a loser. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right now. You should not be letting the arrows dictate.
I have a pocket constitution. People can laugh at that.
You have a pocket constitution?
Yes, I do. It's in my pocketbook.
Where did you get that from?
Well, I got one when I did the Go Ruck for 9/11. So I do Go Rucks too. So I did the memorial for 9/11. But I got another one a couple of weeks ago because I gave that one to my son to hold.
Aww.
And I carry one on me. And people that have underlying conditions, technically you're protected by the law. You're protected. You don't have to. It's the Americans with Disabilities Act. You don't have the right to ask me why I'm not wearing a mask. It's a HIPAA law. So I don't have to tell you shit. I do it because I'm not going to argue with you. So I'll tell you I have asthma, I have antibodies. Other than that, I really don't have to tell you. I can just keep walking. It's a mandate, but it's not a law. You want to give me a summons? Give me a summons. No one's giving me a summons yet. I'm not asking people to give me a summons, but it is what it is. And if you give me a summons, it's still not going to let me wear it. I'll just have them add up, and I'll see you in court.
Wow. So yeah, right now the mask thing, it's a mandate. It's not a law. So anybody listening to this who doesn't want to wear them, you really don't have to. Nobody's going to force you.
If you have underlying conditions, you are protected by the Americans with Disability Act. Carry your pocket constitution with you. I'm smarter than I look and sound.
You sound brilliant. Yeah, that's good for people to know, especially if you do have an underlying condition, or maybe if you've suddenly just gotten one through listening to this podcast. It's good to just know what your rights are. Wow. And that's good because it's like, I've also been places where they said, oh, if somebody comes in here, we could get $1,000 fine. And it's like, I don't see that happening. Like, I haven't known of anybody to go inspect any place.
No,
like, there's no real mass police. It's just,
I really haven't been out much since all this. Don't forget, I couldn't do it. So I was sick March. I had to quarantine when I came home for 14 days. I couldn't barely move anyway. I came home, I had bad double pneumonia, almost died.
Ugh.
So I just been going out. I started training again a month ago. The stores I do go into, they don't give me a hard time. I just haven't come across a jerk off yet that's really, except for the regular people that want to huff and puff. One woman did get in my face at Costco. And I was with my granddaughter, and my husband was standing next to me. And my granddaughter's young, so of course she's going to run around the wagon while we're online. And she kind of like crossed over because they have lines. She crossed over the line, and this woman got nasty with her, put her hand out to my granddaughter's face.
Ew.
So now my husband's very quiet. He's not like me. And usually he'll tell me you're embarrassing. So I looked at him. He goes, "Oh, no, go ahead." I said, "Who the fuck are you to put your hands on my granddaughter's face?" I go, "You're in my fucking box. Back up. She's 6.
Exactly.
So she went like in front of the register, and she was like looking at me, and you don't have a mask on, and I ain't putting one on. I was like, and that was that.
Nobody should be speaking that way to a child. That's
that's telling her back up, putting her hand just like this in her face.
Kids don't really. It's crazy to me because people have forgotten that we've all heard now. Like, it is extremely rare for anybody to pass the virus if you don't have any symptoms at all, and it's like. Right. The people I've all seen out and about that have no symptoms, I haven't seen a single person coughing, looking. The sick people are home at this point.
I don't know if you went for a test, but when you go for a COVID test, they go up your nose to the back of your brain, almost tickles your brain in both nostrils.
It's so bad.
So if you have to go that far in to get a swab, then my spit is not contagious because you would have just swabbed my fucking mouth.
Yeah, that's funny.
If your mask works, then what are you afraid of me for?
Exactly. And I had an antibody test, but they took blood for it. And I could have
Yes.
sworn that I had the antibodies, but I didn't. I was like negative across the board. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take that. But now you hear half these tests are wrong anyway. So it's hard to know who to
Yeah.
believe.
I think this will be over November 4th.
Oh yeah, I've seen it on a lot of these different like bylaws and stuff. Oh, this is up until no exactly November 4th or 5th, which
4th, the
is
day after the election,
crazy.
all this shit's gonna come to an end.
It's like, oh, how strange that this wouldn't last till the end of typical flu season. But that's you can see how transparent and how insane all these rules are. And they've gotten us to the point where we're so brainwashed and afraid that we will police one another. It's like we don't need it to be a law because we have the crazy dude behind you in line. Or usually, I don't know, I feel like it's more women who are like,
yeah, they are. The men they don't, but the
men
women
don't care as much.
they're horrible.
Intense.
If you're that afraid of me, you have a
Stay
mask
home.
on.
Yeah.
You're like, you wouldn't be coming in my face. You would be walking the other way. If you were that afraid, because I didn't have a mask on, you wouldn't be coming in my little circle.
It's like they want a
Backing up.
confrontation. They
It's
want
like
to
they
tell you
won,
that you're wrong.
you know?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
pay anybody any
Interesting.
mind.
So Tina, what are your plans for the future? Do you want to have your own kind of a radio show? I'm sure you've been, I know
Never
you've been
thought
on
of
a
that.
couple of shows since over the
Yeah.
last couple months.
Yeah, no, I haven't thought of that. I haven't thought of that, to be honest.
So what are some of the shows that you've been on
I was
since?
on iHeartRadio.
Okay.
I was on iHeartRadio Mojo 50 a couple of times. I do Monday Night Ranting
Oh,
with Dominic
nice.
Izzo. I was on the Canadian Mojo 50 iHeartRadio. The Canadians love
Ooh.
me.
The
Yeah,
Canadians are good people. Yeah.
yeah. I did podcasts with a few other people. Lexit. Um, I'm doing one with MAGA ladies. I'm doing Stephen Lundgren. I
Oh,
forget the
wow.
name. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not good with remembering names, but I've been on so many, whether it's video or whether it's just on my phone. I don't
Yeah.
remember the names.
It's okay. I forget names of people I've known for years.
And I
It's
don't say no to anyone. I realize that's just not me. If you want to speak with me, I have no problem with that. If you are against, we can agree to disagree. That's why like the ones that take my shit and then they go on a 15-minute tear on
without
me.
telling you.
Write me
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
That tells a lot. Like, what are you so afraid of? We
Have
can
any
agree to disagree.
shows that have disagreed with you brought you on?
Nope.
No, none of them. So just people who are fans of you and praising you
Yeah.
have been reaching out.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that is.
And the negative people don't want to face you. They don't want
Negative
to
people
have
don't
the
want to face me.
confrontation.
They want. I invite them all the time. I tell them, come on. I'll come on.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
don't
you have
do it.
nothing to hide. You're not going to go back on anything you've said. You're
I'm
not
not going to go back on
afraid.
anything I say.
Yeah, I love that you're not intimidated. It's like you're setting such a good example. It's like I think you are starting to realize the effect you've had, but it's like there's no way you can tell how many people you're reaching and touching right now, and kind of giving people hope and inspiring them to be bold
Yeah.
and brave
I
with
didn't
their
even
own
know those
feelings.
numbers until you told me.
Oh,
That's why
really? I just did a
I don't
quick
look.
count. Yeah.
I don't look.
I was like, damn, girl, she said 10 million total views on Twitter. That's just
I
Twitter.
only opened Twitter in June of 2020. It's only a little over a month old.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're doing great. You're crushing it.
Thank
Do you have a
you.
YouTube channel?
No, wait. There was a muscle sports magazine that wanted to start a TNT show, Tina Talks Trumpism.
Oh,
So I
nice.
did one video so far. I haven't continued on because I've been so overwhelmed with a lot of different things. So people have me on YouTube that I don't know about. I'm on rap songs.
Yeah, this will be on YouTube.
Yeah, I have,
Yeah.
but you're interviewing me. Like people actually put my videos on YouTube.
Oh, they'll repost it. Yeah,
and they'll do a
record it.
parody. They'll make fun of me in a parody, and then they have the rants of Tina 40. It's not me.
Yeah.
It's me, but it's people making fun of me. I'm in a few rap songs, like Trump 2020 motherfuckers, and in 2 rap songs.
That's
people
great.
are selling shirts with my face on, and I'm like,
Really? Oh my God.
I don't even know what to do. I laugh. Everyone's like, "Are you?" I said, "What am I supposed to do?
You should be selling your own shirts. I think, Tina, people would buy your shirts. Like few of your like catchphrases on it. I think they would sell for real. I would buy them.
I do have 2 companies on Instagram. They're vets, so I love that. and I
Okay.
don't want any money. They made stuff just for me. They send me stuff. I wear it. I give them a shout out, and they send me merchandise. I love doing things for vets, small businesses,
Good.
vets. I'm not doing it for money.
No, you're not, you don't come off that way at all. You're not doing it for the
No,
money. It's not, you're not an attention whore. You're not like, you have no ulterior motive other than you love your country, you know your rights, you appreciate the veterans, you know?
I'm outspoken.
Yeah. And you're outspoken. How many Trump hats do you have?
I have quite a few.
Have you counted?
Behind me, 1, 2, 3,
There's
4. I have
5
1,
behind
2,
you.
3, 4, 5. I have 6 behind me, and I have some in my closet. I have about 20 Trump shirts. I ran a few Spartan races with Trump tank tops on.
Nice.
And you'd be very surprised when you're in the mountain, because some people run with teams.
Right.
That, like, there'll be a team of 13 guys, and they'll be like, "Come, we get a picture with you. She's got a Trump shirt on."
What, during the race?
Yeah, during the race.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm not
Those
afraid.
are hard. Those are so hard. The one I did, the biggest one I did was like, I think 10 miles total, like running and obstacles. But there's like the beast one, I think, which
That's
is
me.
even
I love
more.
that. I did it. I do the beast.
Oh my God. How
I
long
do
is
them
the
all.
beast?
The beast was hard. I did it in Vermont. It's called Killington because it's like the hardest one.
Right.
And I struggled at mile 10. If I didn't have my friends with me, at mile 10, my hairs were starting to stand up. It was in September, but it was Indian summer, so it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I started like overheating. My friends had to give me
no.
Motrin, and they would tell
They
me.
had Motrin on them during the race?
Yeah, we run with everything. We run with salt packs, mustard packs,
all the
goose,
condiments, ketchup.
everything, yeah. You know, I had my water. I have a little bottle of Gatorade in my thing that I
in
wear.
your belt, yeah. Why mustard packets?
For the salt, for the cramping.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So at mile 10, I got off the course to the side, and my friends were like, "Tina, you're like, my face looked like my skin looked like it could crack. I think I had like a fever or whatever from the heat." And they're like, "You have to stop." I was like, "No." And I rested for about 20 minutes, and I got up. I got up and I finished the race.
Wow.
And I cried when I finished that one. That was tough.
They're emotional.
At mile 10, my body just like went out on me. But I did the extra 5 miles and I finished. There's not a race that I didn't finish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like so amazing what the human body can do. Like I remember after I finished my big one, and I actually beat one of the trainers at the gym I was at, and I was like, haha. I mean, I didn't rub it in her face, but I was like, noted. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I did a super in 2016. My dad died October. And 10 days after he died, I had a race. And it was 2016. It was right before the election.
Wow.
And I had all my stuff all ready to go. And I said, "You know what? I got to go do this race." I said, my father would want me to do it. So I was running through, and it was freezing. It was October, but it happened to be cold. It was ice. It was like freezing rain coming down. And my daughter came with me to the race, and she was like, "Wow, it's 5 hours. My mom's not done yet." She started getting nervous. So I kept stopping. I was crying in the mountains. I was thinking about my dad. It was really cold. I wasn't prepared because of what had just happened. I didn't think it was going to be freezing rain. And when I crossed the finish line, I had hypothermia. My lips were purple. I was shaking. They were throwing blankets on me and everything. My daughter was like, "I thought something happened to you." She was like, "Look at you. You're shaking. You're purple." You know, but I finished.
Yeah. You're like, I'm alive. Wow. Good for you. Tina, you're my hero. Where can people find you if they want to check out your videos, or where can they follow you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook. My name, Tina Forte, Forte. My Instagram is Tina40 and Bubbles, because I grew up, that was my nickname, Bubbles. On Twitter, I'm Tina47 at Twitter, and I'm on Parler now.
Yes, Parler's where it's at. All the cool kids are going to Parler, especially now with Twitter's coming out like being overtly pro censorship on anybody they disagree with. So it's even more of a reason to get on Parler.
Yeah, I'm on there now. So that's really where you can find me, unless I'm in Facebook jail. I don't do messaging. I mean, I'll answer a DM, but I don't have Facebook Messenger. You know, if anybody wants me, they can reach out to you. And you can give me a call.
Yeah, anytime. For sure, Tina. I'll look you up if you want to get on more shows.
Race for you.
Yes, we should do it. I mean, like, I got to get rid of this quarantine chub. It's I got to get back on it. I have like some 5-pound weights that have dust on them, so I gotta get back on it. Tina, I love you so much. Thank you for doing the show. Everybody follow Tina. She's great. She's got new videos every week. You're amazing. You're an inspiration.
Thank
Tina,
you so much.
we'll
It's
keep
an
in
honor to
touch.
be here with you.
Oh
Thank
gosh,
you.
anytime. And when there's comedy shows are happening,
I would love to
I'll give you
come.
some free tickets. Yeah, for sure.
I would love to come.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Thank you, Tina.
All right. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.